Okay, hello my darlings, it's Michaela. So I wanted to make this video about my own struggles with emotional eating. And so the truth is, which might not be known to everybody, is that the only reason why I know about weight loss, and as a result, fat burning, is because of my own struggles with emotional eating. For the longest time, I just did not want to look like shit despite feeling like shit. So emotional eating essentially is just a crappy way to cope. And those of us that do it or have done it generally tend to be pretty sensitive individuals and also have not learned a better way. What I just shared about that's connected to this, the post that's connected to this video, is about our truth. And honestly, depending on how you grow up, that might have been something that has been valued or not, which was my case. And so for the longest time, I just didn't want to gain weight. I never had an issue with weight because basically I cut this crap off at the pass. I spent so much energy researching better techniques to work out and to lose weight, and use my body as a living laboratory to kind of like figure out what worked best. And truthfully, I figured out one thing that we actually have in Fat Burning Mastery are something called carb feasts, which are actually quite helpful for weight loss. And how I figured out that carb feasts were an effective method to either not gain weight or lose weight was because they matched my own emotional eating cycle. And so there was a period where it was like, why aren't I gaining weight? I am eating so much freaking food. And that was just a strategy that I was inadvertently doing, which is actually, I didn't make up carb feasts, but we actually do use them for a period of time, and then people can choose to do what they wish to do. But at any rate, my whole mission was just managing the byproduct of mismanagement of my emotions. And so I just wish for that to be known. I don't know why most people get into fitness or fat loss, into that industry, but for me, it was a very real need to not succumb to the repercussions of my behavior. And so this is also why I am such an evangelist about fat burning, because even despite failure, even despite inordinately unideal behavior, I was still not gaining weight. And so I'm so solid, like getting the biology into a fat burning mode is literally, it's simple. It's not rocket science, it's different. But regardless of what's going on with an individual, I mean, I'm sure there could be extenuating circumstances, but even if emotional eating is a thing, there's a way to kind of get around it. And so anyway, so with that, so for the longest time, my goal was just to not gain weight, period. But as a result of a ton of time and effort on emotional eating, in terms of coaching and receiving coaching and reading and taking programs and doing a load of my own personal development, things are different. I understand how to cope better, and a big part of it is by being honest and actually feeling feelings. And so at any rate, I think in our culture, we bypass these things, we dismiss them, we do not value them. And the truth is, your truth is everything. Your truth is the only thing that you own. It's the only thing that is real. It's the only thing that matters. It's the only thing that will keep you on a path that's meant for you, that will keep you safe, and that will prevent basically like boomerangs of behavior, whether that's like lashing out at someone or suddenly being like knee deep in a bag of whatever the heck it might be. So at any rate, so I guess this is why I'm so passionate about fat burning is because it's so freeing. Freeing in the sense of like, if you're just, if you're a healthy human that understands how to like feel and process their own emotions, then this is like a walk in the park with having your body in a fat burning mode in terms of like dealing with holidays and, you know, nights out and cocktails and things like that. It is freaking easy. And even if you are an emotional eater, there's places for this. And so I say this, and for a long time I felt like the fox like manning the hen house because I didn't understand what life was like without emotional eating. But now I do. And so with this, as I evolve, this program keeps evolving. And so now there is a ton of talk about pleasure and making yourself right. And we have a couple tools that we use that help unburden ourselves emotionally. Making yourself right, I don't know if I already said that. Honoring yourself, listening to yourself, speaking your truth, honoring your truth. All of these things help to create a whole and a harmonious and therefore a healthy human. And so at any rate, I just wanted to share all of that because fat burning is different. Biologically, it is different. It makes weight loss so much easier. It is crazy, which is why I chose it. Despite doing things that really should have resulted in a lot of weight gain. And then we have this other piece which embraces the reality of why people emotionally eat. And so that could be, for me, it wasn't just like, oh, you know, I'm just a touch stressed, so I'm going to have a couple cookies. Like, nope. Like, we're going to create a camp. We're going to, like, we're going to hunker down and we're going to do some damage on the fridge. And the truth is, however that shows up in your world, the thing that I want to say is that A, that is possible to change, and B, however this sounds, it's possible to not keep moving the needle before you have full-on healing or a big transformation in that camp. And so vanity is my number one driver. Feeling free actually is probably before that. But again, why I'm so passionate about this is because I feel like you can have your cake and eat it too. You can have a situation where you're still working on stuff that is driving unideal behavior while you're not gaining weight or while you're even losing weight. Because truthfully, for a while, I remember speaking with a therapist one time and she was in disbelief that I emotionally ate and I wasn't heavy. And my feeling was like, I've kind of figured out a better way. And like, what's the point of being like kicked while you're down? Yay, I feel awful and I'm fat. No, thank you. Like, why would we, I don't even know, why would we do something different than what was working? Anyway, so I just wanted to share all of that. If that's useful, I hope that's useful. And just to know at the very least that I can relate to the struggle and it feels like a frickin' prison. I wouldn't wish it on anyone. And it is worth changing everything in order to feel free, in order to not have that monkey on your back. So Fat Burning Mastery has things that help with this. You may need more. Super happy to pass on resources and support. But in the process, you can set things up to offset what's going on or to not be negatively impacted by how you still know how to cope. Okay? So anyway, links will be attached below this video if you're finding this on YouTube, first off, and I'll attach the blog post that speaks about speaking your truth to this as well. All right? So anyway, I love you all. Please be in touch for any reason. I hope everyone is being good to themselves in this holiday season, whatever that means. My whole goal is no regrets. So that could mean like a bunch of freaking cookies or zero. whatever is true for you. All right? I encourage you to honor that. All right, that's it. Love to all, and until next time.